When I was first told I had cancer, and that it was stage 4, and it was in my liver, and it's breast cancer that metastasized to my liver and all the bones on this side of my body, I was devastated.
From the moment that the word was out of Jan's diagnosis, the small group, would call or come by and say, whatever you need, whatever we can bring, whatever we can do, just call.
I think we were all devastated when we heard, because we love her so much. Oh dear. And it just didn't seem fair. It just didn't seem fair.
I think, part of me was saying, God, don't leave me alone. We've been together at that time for, over 38 years. I'm sure that Jan will be fine with you, but I'm not going to be fine here without her.
And I know a lot of these beautiful people from my small group were at the hospital outside the ICU praying, and I could feel those prayers. I could feel them. I could feel God giving me a peace and a joy and the support, and I could feel that. And I don't know how anybody could go through life without support from others, and a small group is the best way to get it.
Jan decided she was changing her eating habits, and she was going natural and eating everything really good for her, and no preservatives and no additives, no sugar. And one of the things that she wanted to do was every day she needed this green goddess of greens drink from Mother's Market. And so our small group and a couple of other people that are closely involved with us in our small group chose up days, and every day one person from our small group would go pick up the Goddess of Greens drink for Jan. Ugly looking thing. And it smelled bad too. But we did that for quite a while till Jan couldn't hardly stomach drinking them anymore.
In her worst of days, she never gave up hope. She never gave up faith. I think when, at least I was doubting, Lord, how can you do this? Jan was, it's okay, it's God's plan, and I'm gonna go along with it, and I'm gonna fight all I can. But she's also very accepting and knowing that God has a plan for her life, and it may not be her plan, but she's very, as everyone said, very courageous and accepting, and she's been an incredible example for me and for all of us in everything she does,
There are a lot of people that I love dearly, and I think the realization, knowing that I almost died, I might have gone to heaven, and some of the people I love dearly, family and friends, I might not ever see again, because I don't know if they know the Lord. And that, I think, has given me an urgency, not to sit back and be afraid of hurting people's feelings, like Rick says. You have to be bold. You have to have that daring faith and courage to say what God puts on your heart. And I think that's what I've learned in this whole journey. People ask me, and I call it, a blessed journey, because God has shown me a lot of things in the last 2 years that it's very dear to my heart.
We talk a lot about sports and a lot about warriors, and isn't that football player what a warrior he is, how courageous he is. No one is more of a warrior than Jan. No one has been more courageous than Jan. Through all this, she's our hero.